Hey together, here's Aaron, and I want to do something a little bit different today. And that is, I want to take a look through some of the series that I've created over the years. And for that I'm here in my playlist folder with all of the playlists that you can actively watch. Because I don't know, I wanted to just go through everything here and just kind of talk about a few things during those series and maybe which series I really enjoyed making the most, which have kind of a bitter aftertaste and whatnot. So, kind of just an insight of the whole thing. And I think let's start it off like right down there at the bottom. With Spooky's House of Jump Scares is actually the oldest that I still have up, because I took some of the old playlists down because they were either in German or I did not want to have them around anymore, because this obviously is my second time I played Blind Forest, and I took the original playthrough of it. I'm not down from YouTube, it's still on YouTube, but I put it to private so that nobody can watch it anymore, because I did not want to have people just flood in there, because I had one video that had like 800 views or something like this, I think. And it just kept drawing viewers into it, and I genuinely did not appreciate the way I sounded back then and how I did things back then. That said, there's still a lot of old stuff with my old style up here that you could watch, like Cry of Fear is super old actually, just as Pikmin. And like Spooky's House of Jump Scares. Those are, I think, my three oldest series that you can still watch on the channel with a style that I genuinely do not like. I think even Kingdom right here, which I should maybe could revisit. I don't know if I could beat it on under 9 days like I did in under 9 videos as I did there. But I'm pretty good at Kingdom, so it might be possible. But yeah, I took some old series down because I did not really like the way I made them back then. And I mean, I might still have this feeling about some series, but I don't want to take all of them down just because they're not like to my liking, because they're part of the experience of me growing more experienced with what I'm making and becoming increasingly happy with what I put out. But yeah, there's just old stuff there. Like, you also can see it in terms of thumbnails, how things have changed, because Pikmin, I think, mostly only had like this screenshot right here. This did Cry of Fear, and I think even Shovel Knight Co-op also did that, like Fragile Dreams. I used to have just one screenshot, one screen, and reused it every time, and Spooky's House of Jump Scares just had like screenshots, and I went to Paint and put in the number for the video, the episode in, so yeah. But yeah, Spooky's House of Jump Scares was a fun game, and again, planning on revisiting that. I think you can kind of put 2 and 2 together when that will be. Anyway, then Pikmin, which I played only the first part, even though I have the second part as well, and seeing that the third part will come out on the Switch, that might also be something interesting to tackle. But yeah, things will tell. I also have my videos with friends playlist that I only have 3 videos in and never really put more into, which is kind of weird. Should make more videos with friends and put more stuff in there, but yeah, whatever. Those were fun to make actually, whenever I had friends over or I visited friends and they wanted to make something together. It was fun to do something. Then of course Random Sunday, I think is older than Monday Madness, with 180 videos, so that's a lot. Where can we find just a whole playlist of Monday Madness? Well, I looked around a lot for this one right here, but yeah, it's 2 videos more actually only. I thought it was more than just 2 weeks difference, well, whatever. Well, Random Sunday is 2 weeks older than Monday Madness, as you can see, with just 2 videos difference there. But yeah, Random Sunday, a lot of fun games that I played in there. I actually took some of the games from Random Sunday also out of the playlist and privatized them, because still German. I think Monday Madness never had that problem, but Random Sunday, I think, Yeah, Random Sunday had that because I also put videos in that did not run with the Random Sunday title yet into that. And that's something that I also changed, and those videos might still be up. They might be in English and everything, but since they didn't run with the Random Sunday title, I just took them out of the playlist. So I actually have a lot more random games overall played on the channel than are in Random Sunday. Some you might just have to dig through really old videos of mine. And Monday Madness, I mean, from the very first series on, which was, I think, yeah, it was Stardew Valley was the first time I actually made Monday Madness, which is such a fun series. I might want to do it again at one point, but back then when I started Monday Madness, I didn't have any kind of clue on how I wanted to do this whole series, what I wanted to do with it. And it just then became more and more clear for me with, I don't need to make one specific set of how Monday Madness needs to look, but I need to figure out how I want the game to look during all of that. And that took me like, this took me a good amount of time to figure out. I think the moment I really knew what I wanted to do and how I could do Monday Madness was when I played the first Party Hard. Or was it with Slime Ranger? It might have been with Slime Ranger actually. But yeah, with somewhere around that time, it must have been, that I figured out, oh, that's how I should handle it. I shouldn't just focus on making, like, a whole series with a style, like Monday Madness as a series with a certain style, but still have just the things under the name of Monday Madness, because that's when they come out, that's how I can put as much videos of them out as I like to, and still can swap it out whenever I feel like, oh, okay, I've done the things that I wanted to do with it, and then can swap over to another game and still make the games look unique in their own perspective and not just as Monday Madness, like they need to be cut together and whatnot. So yeah, that's something I needed to figure out at the beginning. And there's Jotun, which is such a great game, and I don't know how many people have heard about it or played it themselves, but I adore it. And it was fun to play. I even thought about going back to it at one point, but I never really felt the drive to it. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. It's still a game that I'm looking upon fondly, with being like one of the first series that I really started to make with a random game, that I only saw like a few screenshots about and just wanted to make something out of that. Because before that I had like random game, like blind playthroughs, not that much. And when I had a blind playthrough, I knew about the game somehow already. And Jotun was like a groundbreaker in that regard for me, because I only saw one video to it, and that's when I wanted to jump in and said, okay, it looks gorgeous. I love the Celtic mythologies. So I need to do this. And then with that, just my blind series got kind of born the way they are right now. Like, I see a game, I love the art style, I play it. So Jotun was kind of a game changer there for me. Which, I mean, doesn't need to mean a lot for you, but for me that it's actually worth a lot. So Jotun actually holds a special place in that regard to me. Then of course I have Fire Emblem, Path of Radiance, and later on Radiant Dawn, like, it's somewhere up there, yeah, which I never finished, because playing through them is kind of a long-winded thing, because Fire Emblem games, the maps might take you a few hours sometimes, depending on how difficult stuff will get, and when I started playing Radiant Dawn, I didn't have the amount of time needed anymore for me to make this happen, like, play through a whole map and then make a video out of that. Or in my case, making 2 videos, like playing through 2 maps and then making 2 videos out of that, because that's just a tremendous amount of time that I would use for that. And then sometimes I would have to replay a map, which would make it even longer. So, not easy to kind of make that. And I still wanna not finish Radiant Dawn, maybe redo everything, like Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn, like get a new setup for me. But I'm gonna leave the fingers from Fire Emblem for the moment because I don't see myself having the time to actually work with a series like that at the moment. Then of course Hyper Light Drifter, which was such a cool game and I still love it to this day. And I don't know, it's just a fun game. If you've never seen it, check it out. Like, not necessarily my series, but just Hyper Light Drifter in general. It's such a fun game, it's so cool, it's so fast, so quick paced, and I love it. Seasons After Fall was fun, a story about my uncle. Then of course I love all of the Shantae games, and yeah, can't wait to jump into a new Shantae game with you, but it's gonna be a little while before we do that. For reasons. Just accept it. Then Limbo was such a cool experience, and just fun. Making challenges. I should make a challenge again. Remind me of that. I recently saw the playlist regardless and thought, I haven't made a challenge in a long time, so I probably should get back to that. And of course, the first Monday Madnesses, Stardew Valley, Crypt of the Necrodancer. Then One Finger Death Punch, which actually would deserve more than just 5 videos, as would Crypt of the Necrodancer, which I actually thought about coming back to and playing again. Also, it would deserve a few thumbnails, because I think I never made thumbnails for Crypt of the Necrodancer, which I genuinely feel bad about. But yeah, Crypt of the Necrodancer would deserve me going back to it, and maybe making thumbnails for the 3 episodes that are out. Like, only 3 episodes for such a cool game? Shame on me. Factorio was a fun game as well, and I actually thought about coming back to it with Philip, my brother, because he has it as well, and that is one thing where I thought that would be so much fun to play together and just make humongous stupid factories and whatnot and trying to survive. So maybe that will come back to the channel with Philip together. Kingdom New Lands is nice. It was like pre-runner to 2 Crowns, in my honest opinion. It feels like New Lands laid the groundwork for 2 Crowns, and 2 Crowns is a really cool game, and honestly I feel like I wanna play it every single time when I talk about it. Game Theft was a fun game, as Super Amazing Wagon Adventures 4 videos is good enough with that game. You can check it out, it's weird. And I think with Raft, that was the first time that I actually used Facecam on Monday Madness. Which, I mean, I really enjoyed that. That was fun to make, and the first time that I actually got to see my face in like gameplay videos. Like, I think Random Sunday was the first, and then Raft, like Monday Madness. And then I slowly decided to trickle it into like my main series. But it still took some time, because if I look at that, To the Moon didn't have it. Like, Monday Madness at that point then had it. Sketches came sometime after that then, where I could see my face as well. Xenoblade, which will, as you might guess, come to the channel as well, just with the remastered version. So that's something I'm looking forward to, because Xenoblade was such a fun series to make, because, I mean, it took me like 20 videos or so to finally figure out how I should do everything. Now I have a plan laid out for how I should do the Xenoblade videos. But yeah, I'm looking forward to jumping back into this game, like, in a new light and a lot more ideas on how we can handle stuff. Also stream highlights. I should stream again, but time. Then reading comments, which I want to do more of, and I think we might have a lot of comments again, so it might actually be worthwhile doing that. I'm gonna look into that. Maybe we will make another reading comments. Oxygen not included. I love this game, still to this game, but I couldn't play it anymore. This series actually stopped because the game wouldn't launch for me anymore. And I think I haven't started it since. So I could take a look into it and see if Oxygen Not Included will launch for me again. Then I could actually take a look into it and see just what has changed and get a feel for the game again, and then we could jump back into it for Monday Madness again, like Season 2 of Oxygen not included, because I think I promised that I would come back to that once everything works again. And then I just never did, so maybe looking into that would be interesting. There's a fun thing, Cocktail Bar. It did this for like 6 videos, and I kind of still wanna do it. It would be a cool idea to still create new cocktails and show some recipes and how to make them, but it's also such a weird series to create for me that I'm not sure anymore. Maybe I will come back to it and start making a few more cocktails again, but for the time I don't feel like this is like the one and the end or be all that I should put my utmost focus on. So yeah, that might be something for the future. Or never again. I don't know. Next we have your Spectre of Torment. Shovel Knight together with my brother is always so fun, and yeah, King of Cards will be fun. That's going to be super fun to put out on the channel as well. Yeah, Rainwald, my old bane. This game is super interesting, but so tough. I remember having like huge anger problems with the game at times because I didn't know what to do. Paths were super difficult to get through. So this game is fun, but it's long and I was not prepared for what I was going through. So check the game out. I can only recommend it because I had a lot of fun with it, but I was not ready for what was going to happen there with me. And for just the sheer amount of loops that the game threw you for. So yeah, this game is interesting, it's wild, it has some cool ideas, but it kicks you while you're down. And something else that's really liked by people is Armed with Wings, Rearmed. Like this still, to this day, gets a lot of views through the playlist even. And the first episode specifically, I think, gets a lot of attention from people, and I don't know why, but I just appreciate that I have something to show to people with that, because Armed with Wings was such a cool game. I really love it. Like, you could do so many cool things in this game, like the combos and whatnot. Still gorgeous. And I think it was actually one of the series that I made some of my favorite thumbnails for. And I will come back to the thumbnails at a later point and talk about just thumbnails in general, but I think Armed with Wings had some of my favorite thumbnails that I ever made. Scp Containment Breach. I don't know. Like, I legit don't know what my problem with Scp Containment Breach is. Because I know how incredibly cool the game is. What you can do in there, where you can go with it, what you can find, what you can experience, like dread and everything. Whenever I started the game, I got nothing but loops and did not get anywhere. I just had nothing to show. Like for 9 videos I feel like there was like constant nothingness. Maybe I will come back to it at one point. Maybe I just wait for the Unity version of SCP Containment Breach and try my luck and my hand on that. But as is, SCP Containment Breach is like a harsh mistress towards me, which I never got to really understand what it wants from me. Slay the Spire. Like, next to Slime Ranger, I think Slay to Spire is my favorite Monday Madness series that I ever made. I love this game to death. I still sit down and just play it randomly whenever I have time and feel like it, because this is just such a good game. I love the deck building, I love the strategic aspect behind it, and I adore it. It's, I think, my favorite game that I played for Monday Madness. And I've played a few games for Monday Madness by now, but this is one that I always see myself coming back to and just playing. The Iceland travel, the first time I actually did a travel vlog. That was fun to make. It wasn't like anything special, I just threw on the camcorder and recorded every day. And it was together with me, and we were on holiday there. And it was gorgeous and it was such a cool experience. It was fun to actually bring you with us into Iceland and experience the freaking harsh weather there. Also driving through Iceland was so much fun, I wanna say. Fun under the circumstances that we drove there, like with storms and whatnot. It was just incredible. But yeah, we wanna go back to Iceland at one point. We said we did Iceland in the winter. We wanna go back there during the summer because we wanna see the island like in its greenest form as well. Maybe go back there during winter as well again, because maybe we will have some luck with northern lights then, who knows. But yeah, Iceland was such a beautiful place to go to. MMO May. It's something that I just randomly started. I thought, I want to do something for May, which I don't even know why, because I have October that got something special, and I have December that has something special, like October with the horror games, December with like something for Christmas, which makes sense. And then I just said, yeah, you know what, let's put something out on May, and I don't know why, but MMO May was the thing that came up for me, and totally frank, I started to love it. It's a way for me to just play some MMOs like Dragon Saga, which I played a lot, or like Temtem, which came out, and just have fun with those games and go in there. And I don't know why I had that idea, but I'm happy about it. So it was a weird idea. I just threw it out and I'm happier for it. Drinkcraft 0.0. I'm really wondering if there ever will be a 0.1 to Drinkcraft. At this point, I'm not really sure. Maybe it will, maybe it won't have a 0.1, but Drinkcraft was fun to record. It was weird to edit because the videos were so old by that time I edited them and made the YouTube videos out of them. But it was so weird, like sitting there and listening to us like being drunk idiots and see what the heck was going on. That was like a weird experience for me. And yeah, again, if there ever will be a 0.1, I can only guarantee that it will be just as weird. Smash Ultimate, the World of Light, where the video with crossing the bridge is like at 7,000 something views by now. I don't know why. People apparently really want to see someone cross the bridge, still to this day. And I still get recommended a lot for that, and it grows. The series overall, I had so much fun because I got the game day 0, like it wasn't even supposed to be out yet. I got the game, sat down and just immediately started recording it, and from that point forward I just played it whenever I could. And now I'm back again, playing Smash Bros. Classic mode, and I just love it. Like, this is such a cool Smash Bros. Game. And I love the story mode to it. Like, really inventive, creative, cool idea. The first holiday calendar of 2018. Back when things were horrible, but not as horrible as they were in 2019, and not as horrible as they are now in 2020. You see how that is going? Don't have too many hopes for 2021 in that case. But the first time I did something like this, and it was fun to do. Like, a weird concept, but I enjoyed it. And I'm gonna do it more and more and more and more, because why not? I actually enjoyed the holiday calendar for 2019 a lot more than I did for 2018, because for 2018 I just looked out like 25 weird Christmas games, and that was like punishment to my brain. And with 2019 I did a lot more different things next to that as well, which made this so much more fun, and I think I'm gonna keep the idea of 2019, like, searching for weird holiday themed games, or games that say that they're holiday themed, but they're not in any way, and making just weird skits and whatever as well, because it's like 25 videos. And I might actually bump them up to like 31 days, so that I have it through the whole of December. I don't know yet. But that's something for future Aaron to figure out, not for me right now. But yeah, can't wait to show you all the weirdness that's going to happen in 2020's holiday calendar, because if 2010 is an indication, then that will be weird. The brother battles. A fun thing to create. Still to this day, I love sitting down with Philip and just make weird stuff. And like the punishments that we have sometimes. But they are fun to make, and it's just like, screw it. We have an idea? Can we make a brother battle out of it? Then let's do it. So I really enjoy making those with him. Well, and this is near the top now, where the end is for everything that we've just talked about. The new creations with It's Minecraft that I started with my brother, which is just such a fun series to sit down and just record, because just the conversations that we have and the things that we plan out to do are so weird and really enjoyable, and it's fun. Like having my brother sit up on this mountain and building like a house for like nearly 12 hours, maybe as well, but for 12 episodes straight is like gold for me. Or is it like 20 episodes by now? I don't know, but so much time just spent into making a house for him, and then like 7 episodes or so just his roof. It's weird. Me going through the world, I think I'm the only one I'm pretty sure I'm the only one who's died so far. So yeah, just a fun series. Just so much fun sitting down and recording it. Editing it is so much fun, and even then when it's out, sitting back down and watching everything again is just so much joy, so much fun for that. And the Smash Bros. Classic mode that I talked about. And of course the Mega Man Zero ZX Legacy Collection, which is so much fun for me, because those games I have adored. Like, I love the Mega Man Zero games to death. Like 1, 2, 3, and 4. So good. I love them. Like, they have flaws. Like every game there are flaws with it. I acknowledge them. But they got progressively better with those flaws. Like Mega Man Zero 1 is hands down the worst one of the bunch. Mega Man Zero 2 makes a lot of things better. 3 is the one that I think hands down played the most. Like, I think this one I still know a lot. And you can see it even in the videos that I'm not so confident in 1 and 2 because I haven't played those 2 so much. I'm extremely confident nearly with everything that I do in 3, and then there is 4 where I'm kind of like tiptoeing around with being confident and not knowing what I'm doing. So yeah, I just love the Mega Man Zero games, and I'm happy to be close to jumping into the ZX games there as well with you. And of course now One Step from Eden, which I would love to play forever, but there has to be a certain stop to it, and I already know when One Step from Eden will stop. And I also know what I'm gonna play after that, but that's gonna wait for a little while before you find it out. Anyway, I've recorded this for way longer than I actually thought. I thought this video would be like 10 minutes of me just sitting there, but I wanted to talk so much about everything there. Everything here is just such a joy to see again, like the island travel that I did with me when I visited her when she was working up there. And I don't know, there's just so much memories also in the channel with every single game that I played. There's also memories attached to everything. Like if I jumped into any of my videos and heard me talk and see what I was doing, how I was looking at the time, I think I could relive part of my life that way. And I don't know, just going through this, just like my videos and my playlists, not even watching the videos, just looking at them like this, is a trip down memory lane for me. And I don't know, there is so much going on this channel by now, and yeah, it's incredible. And if I would have to choose which is my favorite series out of all of them that I've ever made, then weirdly enough, I think it would have to be a series that you can't find on here normally. And for that, I'm gonna go into my studio. So if any series had to be my favorite one, it would have to be this one, Hardcore Minecraft Part 1. I apparently made 9 episodes of Hardcore Minecraft, and that was the first series that I ever started, like sitting down and playing Minecraft. It was back in the day when I still was making my videos in German, because I started off making my YouTube videos in German, and like I started it off with Minecraft, and I said sometime around when I started the first Minecraft videos that, okay, I did not want to be just a Minecraft channel, because they were big at that time and I could have just become another one of those Minecraft channels. And so I started trickling in other videos as well. And slowly but surely, from just those few Minecraft videos that I made there in German, it started to morph around more and more and became like the Dragon Hive that it is today. And so if I had to pick just on pure sentimental anything, I think Hardcore Minecraft, the series that you can't even watch, and maybe I will put out at one point, it's all in German, so I don't really see the reason to put it out right now. But if anything, for sentimental reasons, I think my favorite series has to be Hardcore Minecraft, just for where it brought me today. Anyway, I think I've rambled on for long enough here. At least for me. Who knows how long this will be for you. But yeah. This was a fun trip down memory lane. I'm gonna do this, like, I think 2 more times, like, for other things, but this was this right here. Hardcore Minecraft Part 1. Die ersten Schritte, the first steps, is my very first video that I ever put out on March 28th, 2014. So 6 years ago by now. And to this day, the amount of videos that I put out, because here is March, it's April, it's May, the amount of videos that I put out now has increased so much. And I don't plan on stopping. And I think, seeing from where I came from, like what I did at the beginning, where it ended up being, I think I never could have imagined that. I did never think that I was gonna do this for 6 years and still sit here and be so incredibly happy and proud about the videos that I put out. I think I never could have imagined going that far. Well, anyway, hope you enjoyed it. See you next time. Bye. Hands everywhere.